Hey, good afternoon, everybody, or evening, depending where you're watching this from, because I know some of my friends go to school out west. Anyway, this is a quick video on the reaction to the Flyers' big win last night. The Fly guys are playing significantly better in front of netminder Carter Hart. At only 20 years old, the kid is showing a lot of maturity and playing like a veteran out there and making the big saves, and you also just see a lot of spunk and energy in the guys that you didn't see before his call-up. For example, Gudas tackling a guy behind the net yesterday after hitting hard, and Simmons getting into it multiple times. Cooch and other players getting into it multiple times when they hit at our goaltender a couple extra times. When you have a guy that's standing tall for you, the players will stand tall for him if people start whacking at his pads a little bit too much. Now, tonight we face the Rangers, who are a team that are very average as well this year, a team that played down this year and people thought would be also better than they are, just like us. So they're 21-20-7. We're coming in 20-23-6. So the Flyers are trying to keep this win streak going. If they can get it to 7 games, since it's at 4 now, that would put us at 500. We play the Rangers, then we play Boston. That'll be a tough one there on Thursday, and then Saturday we play Edmonton, which is a game that the Flyers, I think, can take at home against Edmonton, not at Edmonton. So we have at New York, at Boston, at Edmonton. Tonight at New York, Anthony Stolarz is likely to get the start. I'm pretty sure it's been confirmed because you don't start, especially even a 20-year-old back-to-back right away, but I think the Flyers still have a chance in tonight's game. It really just depends how Stoley plays after his injury. I think that's the key. The key to the success in tonight's game is how well does our defense play in front of a goalie that just came back from injury and rehab. How good do our forwards play? If he lets in a bad goal from getting back from injury, do we have, because of the success we've been having recently, the bounce back ability to come back from that? I think we do at this point. So I think the Flyers still have a good chance to win against the Rangers, even though Anthony Stolarz is in net, because Anthony Stolarz isn't a slouch. If you remember back a few years ago, he was actually supposed to be our netminder, a guy that was potentially of the future, a big-bodied goalie that just gets in the way of everything. But then he had injury problems over injury problems, so it just kept happening with him, and he just got the unlucky draw. So I think if he can stay healthy, he can establish himself still as a backup, if not for the Flyers, for somebody in the league in the future, if he can stay healthy for the rest of the season. Now, if he does well as Hart's backup for the rest of the season, which is a remain to be seen, I think the Flyers will think about keeping him as a backup. I think tonight you have to look at Giroux to keep playing well. Voracek and Simmons have been playing better lately, not always getting points, but just looking better on the ice. TK stepped up last game. Patrick's been looking better. So if you get all these guys going, even though this season's kind of bleak and you're going to need a miracle for anything to happen this year, so that's very not likely, it is a silver lining, and the silver lining is in which Carter Hart's balling out so far this year, if that keeps happening. You have Patrick starting to play better. You have TK, who eventually needs to sign a contract extension, starting to play well. And you have guys like Lawton really finding their place on the team, who I believe might also need a contract extension. So you have a couple people that need extensions that are playing fairly well that I would think Chuck Fletcher might want to tag on years before the end of the season, but sometimes you don't want to negotiate in season, so we'll see. But I think the Flyers' key to success tonight is Anthony Stolarz having a good game in his first injury back, Giroux keep being a great leader of the team, and TK, Patrick, Lindblom, and all the other young players continuing to mesh with the team. Vorobiev, who came up yesterday, set up a great goal, and he's going to look to stay up for the rest of his career, really, from his quote. And Scott Gordon knows best. He coached the Phantoms. He said he thought he was the most ready. He just started off slow this year. So Vorobiev is a key, too, for the future. If he can become a good third or fourth line center, he would fit in very well. Or a winger. You can put him anywhere. He just adds speed and some skill to the line like Phil Varone does. So having these little slot guys step in and show promise this year is a big silver lining in the season. This has been a look ahead to the Flyers tonight and a reaction to last night's great win. Peace out, everybody.